All right, folks, we have some truly hilarious breaking news, which is that Donald Trump and the Trump administration, including Pam Bondi, just suffered the ultimate humiliation after charges were recently dismissed against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Trump administration desperately scrambled to execute Trump's political persecution of James, whom he hates. So they tried to bring new charges against James by way of a grand jury, and the grand jury has declined to indict Letitia James. This is a brutal humiliation for the Trump administration. They are failing in public, and we have to talk about it. But before we do, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. It's always funny when bad things happen to bad people, when they screw up and are humiliated in real time. That's just what happened to Trump, Pam Bondi, and everybody as they try to go after Trump's political enemies. So as ABC reports, a federal grand jury in Norfolk, Virginia, refused to indict New York Attorney General Letitia James for alleged mortgage fraud on Thursday, sources said, rejecting the DOJ's attempt to refile the case just 10 days after a federal judge dismissed an earlier case based on the unlawful appointment of the U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia. That, of course, is Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former personal lawyer and insurance lawyer who has no prosecutorial experience, and she totally shit the bed. CNN has a bigger breakdown. Grand jury declines to re-indict Letitia James. A grand jury declined to indict Letitia James after being asked to look at the mortgage fraud case against her a second time, 10 days after a federal judge threw out the initial charges, according to a person familiar with the development. Another source familiar with the situation said there should be no premature celebration because the Justice Department could try to seek the indictment a third time. Well, we are going to celebrate because it's entirely possible they're somehow able to pull it off a third time, but the fact that they failed spectacularly the first and second time makes this worth mocking them about. A Justice Department spokesperson declined to comment on grand jury matters. The grand jury was in court until noon Thursday. The quick move by the Justice Department to present the case again to a grand jury shows the intensity of its efforts to prosecute James, a frequent Trump political target, who was one of several enemies he has on his social media and has said on his social media should face legal jeopardy. Late last month, a federal judge said that Lindsay Halligan, Trump's handpicked prosecutor, was unlawfully appointed as an interim U.S. attorney, and therefore the cases against James and another Trump political opponent, former FBI Director James Comey, must be dismissed. Halligan, a former White House advisor, was given the job after the Justice Department pushed out the previous interim U.S. attorney, whom Trump nominated, Eric Siebert, amid increasing pressure to bring cases against Comey and James. And Siebert was thrown out, even though he was a Trump nominee, because he didn't think that a credible case could be brought against these two. He's like, guys, this is a witch hunt. There's nothing to do here. And Trump's like, screw you. You exist to punish my enemies because this is supposed to be a cult. And that's why they brought in Halligan. And again, twice now, they have fucked up spectacularly, so we should make fun of them relentlessly. Quote, all actions flowing from Halligan's defective appointment, including the indictments against Comey and James, quote, were unlawful exercises of executive power and hereby are set aside, said Judge Cameron McGowan Curie. But Curie tossed out the cases, quote, without prejudice, leaving open the possibility that both individuals could be recharged for the same conduct. Prosecutors, however, face a long road ahead as several efforts to dismiss the charges remain, including claims of a selective and vindictive prosecution that James made before the case was thrown out. So even if they're able to get a grand jury to re-indict them, Letitia James and James Comey could be like, hey, we've got dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of express comments from Trump on camera and on paper, like on Truth Social, in which he makes it clear that this is a political prosecution. So this... Even conservative attorneys like Andrew McCarthy have been saying for the longest time that this shit's probably going to die before it ever makes it to trial. So this is a brutal humiliation. So let's take a look. Letitia James grand jury. People, of course, are mocking Trump about this. I'm curious. Let me refresh this page real quick. And now we're going to see if it is... We're going to see if this has been updated. I'm so curious. Latest development. Let's see. No, it looks like it's not trending yet, so we're ahead of the game on this one. Midas Touch is commenting about it, though. CNN. Yashar Ali. I just want to see the MAGA fury about this. I've got to see it. What is their responses? Apparently, she's not a ham sandwich because, of course, the expression is you can indict a ham sandwich. You can get a grand jury to indict a ham sandwich. I guess some people are above the law. I guess that's MAGA here. I guess the allegations are bullshit. People are mocking this guy. If you can't get a grand jury indictment when the only person presenting the case is a prosecutor and the standard is probable cause, you have less than zero chance of winning in court. It's a good point because you remember during grand jury impaneling, almost always, you don't even have anyone there rebutting the evidence. It's not like defense is there. You just have the prosecutor giving a one-sided case. And so if you can't get a grand jury to do this, like, you guys are screwed. You all are screwed. Ooh, Nick Sotor. I'm curious. Okay, Nick Sotor. He's a Trump cultist. Breaking. A federal grand jury in Norfolk, Virginia has just refused to indict disgraced New York Attorney General Letitia James for her blatant mortgage fraud. Total BS. Democrats have successfully hijacked and destroyed our judicial system. James even pretended like she was married to her own father in the mortgage application for a better rate. Try again, DOJ. Snowflake. Loser. This is outrageous. Banana Republic vibes, says another person. This is what I've been worried about for a while. Democrats poison the jury pools by pretending that indicting someone for an obvious crime means you're siding with Donald Trump. I think Bondi will try again. Better yet, she better try again. Pretty much nothing changed between this indictment attempt and the last one. So the fact that an indictment was secured last time and rejected this time is dumb. This is getting old. Democrat accountability is a pipe dream. Ha 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 ha. We should mock. I'm telling you, folks, that's so great. Their MAGA tears are delicious. Make fun of them. React the same way. You should react the same damn way about this as a MAGA Republican pundit and politician. Be relentlessly obnoxious as you make fun of them. They deserve it. It's funny. Let's see. Wu-Tang is for children. One of my favorite Twitter accounts. Federal grand jury just refused to re-indict Letitia James. Grandpa gonna be mad. He's, of course, referring to Donald Trump. And that's very much true. So funny. I can't wait to see the MAGA response to this. We'll definitely be tracking as time goes on, because I imagine MAGA is going to be quite pissed off. Come on, give me something. I want to see the rage. Let's see here. Let's go to latest. Let's see if there's anything there. Sorry, guys. I will never apologize for wanting to delight in the despair of MAGA when their political prosecutions and political persecutions backfire in a hilarious way. But it looks like the news is still... Ooh, Fox. Let's see here. Breaking. A federal grand jury has declined to indict New York Attorney General Letitia James. I wake up, Democrats do something blatantly illegal, GOP politicians are outraged, nothing happens, fallout. This is great news. It's now legal to lie when getting a mortgage. Everybody should head to the bank tomorrow. The precedent has been set. In this end time, American Christians need to use their discernment very carefully. A country without accountability is short for survival. And again, these people are Trump supporters. Them saying shit like this is so ironic and tone deaf. Oh, really? This isn't surprising considering the political nature of her office. Don't even bother trying to persecute these people. All these cases are being presented in big cities where Democrats live. They're not honest brokers when it comes to Trump and anything having to do with him. They're so sad. They're so upset. It's so funny. So again, terrible news for MAGA. They're triggered. I imagine Trump's going to be quite triggered when he finally reacts to it. We'll definitely be following this with great interest. But again, for the second time, attempts to politically persecute Letitia James have failed. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.